Good morning from Bridgewater, New Jersey. It's your travel buddy, Ben Taylor, and it is now 10 minutes after 8 on a Thursday morning. Today, we are on another exciting journey. I am taking you along with me for my morning commute to the financial capital of the world. I work as an investment banker at JPMorgan Chase, right in the heart of Midtown Manhattan. We have a massive day ahead, the markets are buzzing, and I want to show you exactly what it takes to get from the quiet suburbs of Jersey into the most exciting city on earth. Let's hit the road. I take the train to New York City and depart either out of neighboring Somerville or out of New Brunswick. Today, it is New Brunswick. On the first leg of the journey, we are driving out of my neighborhood and hitting Route 22 East, which will take us to Interstate 287 South. US 22 is an east-west highway spanning across 4 states: Ohio, West Virginia, Pennsylvania, and New Jersey. The route starts in Cincinnati, Ohio, and ends in Newark, New Jersey, where via Interstate 78, you can continue on to New York City. In New Jersey, US Route 22 serves as a major commercial and commuter corridor. It passes directly through Somerset County, where it splits the township of Bridgewater into its northern and southern halves, acting as a main artery for the local community and connecting it to surrounding municipalities. We have merged onto 287 South. If you know New Jersey, you know this stretch is the absolute lifeblood of Central Jersey commerce. We are dropping down from the rolling hills of Somerset County straight into the industrial and corporate heart of the state. Our destination right now is the New Brunswick train station, which means we're cruising down 287 South until we hit the Easton Avenue exit. I love this drive because it gives me a second to clear my head, review my agenda for the day, and shift into game mode. When you're dealing with high-stakes mergers and global markets, you need that mental transition. Right now, we are exiting 287 South, and via Easton Avenue, we'll head straight into New Brunswick. We're going to park the car, ditch the wheels, and let New Jersey Transit handle the heavy lifting into New York. New Brunswick is located on the southern banks of the Raritan River. This bustling town serves as a massive cultural and economic powerhouse. It is famously home to the sprawling main campus of Rutgers University, where the world's very first college football game was played back in 1869. It's also a giant in healthcare and innovation, anchoring the global headquarters of Johnson & Johnson and the premier Robert Wood Johnson University Hospital. From its deeply rooted Revolutionary War history to its electric downtown theater district and diverse food scene, New Brunswick is an unstoppable hub of energy in Central Jersey. Here we are on the platform, right on time. On the opposite track, you can see the 8:49 morning train pulling in on its way down to Trenton, New Jersey. That train actually originated at New York Penn Station, which is exactly where we are heading next. Today, we are catching the ultimate commuter weapon, the 8:55 Morning Express into New York Penn Station. This beauty, which we call the Super Express, does the entire run in just 45 minutes flat. It is pure speed straight under the Hudson River. Here comes our train. On our route into the city, the first and last open cars of this train are designated as quiet commute cars, so I like to get on one of these cars. Once I am seated, the workday officially begins. I'm checking overnight market movements in Europe, responding to client emails, and alignment notes with my team. So, while I might not get to my office until about 10:15 a.m. today, I would have accomplished quite a lot on this 45-minute ride into the city. Before you know it, we're in New York. Welcome to New York City, 9:40 a.m., right on the dot. If you have ever stepped off a train into New York Penn Station, you know exactly what it feels like to be completely trapped in a maze. Serving over 600,000 travelers every single day, it holds the title of the busiest transit hub in the Western Hemisphere. Yet, it is universally notorious for being one of the most frustrating, cramped, and downright confusing spaces in the country. Ever since the original beautiful Beaux-Arts building was tragically razed in 1963, commuters have been forced to navigate a bleak, subterranean labyrinth directly beneath Madison Square Garden. Low ceilings, terrible signage, and chaotic crowds make missing your train almost a rite of passage. But finally, a massive relief is on the horizon. The station is locked in for a sweeping $8 billion upgrade and renovation project. Led by Amtrak and federal transit officials, this mega project, set to kick off its primary construction in 2027, promises to transform the dreary hub into a world-class facility. Early design renderings feature soaring ceilings, vastly cleaner layouts, better lighting, and a return to classical stone architecture designed to banish the confusion once and for all. However, the architecture isn't the only thing sparking intense conversation right now. A massive political debate has ignited over the station's identity. The Trump administration is actively pushing Congress to strip the traditional Pennsylvania station name away entirely. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy formally listed renaming the transit hub as a top priority for federal infrastructure efforts. While the official federal request stopped just short of providing a concrete new name, it is an open secret that President Donald Trump wants the landmark renamed Trump Station after himself. In fact, leaks of the design plans even show a presidential-style seal with Trump's name etched directly into the marble walls. Whether New Yorkers are ready to board a train at Trump Station or not, the race to rebuild the city's most maligned hub is officially on. If I had a crystal ball, I'd love to know how this turns out, but I don't. So, just like you, I have to wait for history to unfold. Fortunately, having made my way out of Penn Station for many years, I am familiar with the exits. Today, we will take the Madison Square Garden exit, popping out onto 33rd Street. We will turn right, or head east, on 33rd Street and make our way to 7th Avenue. The energy here at 10 a.m. on a Thursday is absolutely electric. Clear skies, bright, fresh faces. You can literally feel the ambition in the air. We have just crossed 7th Avenue, and we will continue walking along 33rd Street to 6th Avenue. When we reach 33rd Street and 6th Avenue, we will turn left on 6th Avenue and walk over to 34th Street. As we hit 6th Avenue and 34th Street, we are stepping into the heart of Midtown Manhattan, home to the legendary Macy's Herald Square flagship store. Covering an entire city block, this retail colossus held the title of the world's largest department store for generations. It isn't just a shopping destination, it's an American cultural icon. I think I will bring you back here another day for a walk through this beautiful store. But today we will keep on walking. Whenever I get to this intersection, I look up and I am always greeted by one of the greatest sights ever, the Empire State Building. Standing at a total architectural height of 1,454 feet to its tip, it was officially completed and opened on May 1st, 1931. Normally, if I'm rushing or if the weather is brutal, I'll hop right onto the 34th Street Herald Square M subway line here and take it up to Rockefeller Plaza, just a couple blocks away from my office. But today, the weather is stunning, the city is alive, and I want to walk the whole way to show you the true heartbeat of Manhattan. Now, walking between 35th and 40th Street along 6th Avenue is where you truly connect with the foundational grit of New York City. Forget the corporate towers for a second and look at these streets. This neighborhood marks the historic boundary of the Garment District, a vertical village built on the backs of hard-working immigrants. You are tracing the footsteps of hundreds of thousands of tailors, cutters, and weavers who arrived here with nothing. You can instantly visualize the early 20th century, when massive waves of Jewish and Italian immigrants turned these very city blocks into the clothing capital of the world. By the 1930s, this single, localized manufacturing ecosystem produced an astounding 90% of all women's and children's apparel in the United States. Think about that sheer scale. These dense rows of high-rise lofts were packed with over 300,000 skilled workers at the industry's peak, all forging a massive global empire out of raw fabric and sheer determination. It's an unbelievable legacy of human ambition. These working-class families didn't just stitch fabric. They organized powerful labor unions, revolutionized urban architecture, and actively transformed a local rag trade into a multi-billion-dollar international fashion powerhouse. Every sidewalk and delivery bay tells a story of survival and triumph. We're passing 40th Street now, and to our right, the next two city blocks, up to 42nd Street, are occupied by the lush and vibrant Bryant Park. In the early 1800s, this massive 9.6-acre plot served as a potter's field before transforming into Reservoir Square, the historic site of the colossal Croton Distributing Reservoir. Look at this place. It's a masterclass in urban rebirth and intentional design. By the 1970s, the space had severely deteriorated into a dangerous, crime-ridden haven, completely cut off from the everyday public. It required a revolutionary multi-million-dollar public-private partnership in the 1980s to entirely reclaim the land, lowering the park's physical grade to street level and introducing its famous 4,000 movable bistro chairs to actively encourage community ownership. Today, it stands as an incredible green oasis of focus, tucked directly behind the grand architecture of the public library. This is exactly why New York is the undisputed center of global finance. There is an undeniable power to this grid. When we began our journey today from my hometown in New Jersey, I told you that I am an investment banker at JPMorgan Chase in New York City. When people ask me what I actually do as an investment banker at JPMorgan Chase, they usually expect a complicated answer filled with Wall Street jargon. But if you want to understand my job, you have to understand how my brain has worked since I was a kid. Growing up, I was obsessed with the numbers behind everything. While other kids were collecting baseball cards for the players, I was analyzing the statistics on the back. I used to track everyday events and try to predict their ripple effects. If a major storm hit the Midwest, I'd try to figure out how it would change the price of groceries at our local store weeks later. I loved working with massive data sets, treating numbers like pieces of a giant global puzzle. That childhood obsession naturally grew into a passion for corporate finance. Today, I do the exact same thing, just on a much larger scale. As an investment banker, my job is to act as an elite financial advisor to major companies, institutions, and governments. When a massive corporation wants to expand, build a new factory, or buy another company, they come to us. We build complex financial models that essentially act as stories about a company's future. We look at their data, analyze market trends, and help them raise billions of dollars to execute their biggest goals. And doing this at JPMorgan Chase, the largest bank in the country, means the stakes are incredibly high. Every single day, I am stepping into our brand new headquarters building at 270 Park Avenue, working on deals that actively shape the global economy. A shift in international trade, a new technological breakthrough, a sudden change in consumer behavior, it all flows right across my desk. We have to anticipate how these real-world events impact our clients' financial health. It's fast, it's intense, and the hours are notoriously demanding. But when you are sitting in a conference room helping a business navigate a multi-billion-dollar merger, you realize you're helping write the next chapter of global commerce. Turning that childhood curiosity into a seat at the table of world finance? That is pure adrenaline. While we were talking about my work at JPMorgan Chase, we made our way up 6th Avenue from 42nd to 47th Street. We then turned right on 47th, heading east toward 5th Avenue. We just crossed 5th and are making our final push toward Madison Avenue right now. So how does an investment banker end up as a content creator on YouTube? Well, over the course of my life, I have always balanced my work life with artistic endeavors. I absolutely love drawing, painting, videography, and filmmaking. For me, these activities have been the ultimate key to maintaining my sanity in a pretty mad world. Years ago, while returning home from work, I met Grayson Jack and Hudson Cooper on a crowded train back to Bridgewater, New Jersey. We shared a 3-seater, and over the next hour, a true friendship was born. Shortly after, we discovered we shared identical artistic interests. Last year, we decided to combine our passions and develop this YouTube travel channel, focusing on the incredible natural and man-made wonders that exist in New Jersey, New York, and beyond. We hope you have been enjoying our content so far. If you are brand new to our channel, please consider subscribing and joining us on our explorations. Okay, travel buddies, we have arrived. Welcome to the brand new state-of-the-art JPMorgan Chase Global Headquarters at 270 Park Avenue. This building is an absolute architectural triumph, a sustainable 1,388-foot super tall, designed for the future of investment banking. While it has a Park Avenue address, I usually enter through the Madison Avenue lobby, and man, let me tell you, this never gets old. Designed by Foster & Partners, the JPMorgan Chase Tower is a 1,388-foot marvel of structural engineering. It's built directly over active train lines. To achieve this, the architects used an innovative fan column structure to funnel the tower's massive weight down into just 14 pinpoint foundation slots. Because the base of the tower is lifted so dramatically on those columns, it opens up the ground floor into this massive, sun-drenched public space. Stepping inside, the lobby completely takes your breath away with these towering glass walls and vast, wide-open view corridors. It feels less like a traditional corporate office and more like a soaring, futuristic cathedral of finance. On top of the striking diagonal bracing exoskeleton, this 60-story fortress is North America's largest all-electric, net-zero operational emissions skyscraper, powered entirely by regional hydroelectric plants. This building will be the main focus of a massive upcoming video. But for now, I just want to say thank you so much for joining me on my commute to work today. From the quiet suburbs of Bridgewater to the cutting edge of global finance, this commute is the daily launchpad for everything we do. Until our next adventure, this is Ben wishing you a great day.